Maybe that's the reason I'm so fucking tired watching this episode, is I keep hearing them fucking yawn at me and then I watch them sleep. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we are back with some more episodes of Voltace 5. Well, if you're watching this anywhere, technically it's one more episode, but I record two at a time, so conceivably if you're on the Patreon, you're seeing like two different uploads. If this is on YouTube, then welcome back to the additional episode. I think we're on, episode 33 right now? That said, though, we're coming back reviewing two different episodes. In this case, episodes 31 and 32. Not reviewing, talking about, and then to watch two more episodes. Sorry, I'm just a mess today. I don't know why. I can't talk. I can't get any thoughts out. One thing happened to me today, and I just got messed up. Let's go over to the board, where I finally added those character images that I talked about before from the episode involving Professor Go's backstory. I also added the Beast Fighter that I talked about before. Thought about it, amongst the Beast Fighters I have currently on the board, he is the one most deserving of it. And, of course, I marked General Oka as dead, as he died. That is the board. Of course, I also come with thoughts. The Voltace team really is tragic. I mean, all the losses over time and everything, but I always also think back to the fact that none of them got to live out their lives and then trained for a year with no outside contact. Megumi gets no real love from her father. Every time she expresses it, he snaps at her about doing her job. We never see anything to indicate that they do much outside of what we see on screen. And remember that Sakunji already cleared out all of her personal effects once. She's effectively got nothing. I feel worse for Megumi when Oka dies than I do for Oka himself. I feel like the real point of Oka's death, and the start of the episode after it, was to drive home how the Voltace team won't forget what the Bosnians have done and how many people have died. As part of the conceit that they are half Bosnians themselves. A strange sort of no peace message. In hindsight, Zool wouldn't have had this uniting problem with an evil Voltace 5 unit. He already created a fake Voltace 5 with escape pods before. So seeing this janky thing unable to combine, I guess, goes to show how far the Bosnians have fallen when it comes to ability without Zool. I think it's part of my thought process. I can't remember if it was the last two episodes or two episodes before that, where I theorized that maybe Zool was coming back. Again, the element that they showed is horn falling off. It's like, maybe he's not dead, even though he very clearly was on screen dying. My last note here. Voltace 5 will never draw first blood, says Kenichi. That's Ippei's whole point. The Bosnians have repeatedly drawn first blood for every person important to you that they've killed. Or, the millions across the globe. This is essentially the Batman argument. Or if he just killed... the what if he just killed the Joker, everyone that the Joker's killed would then still be alive if he hadn't been alive to kill them. I don't think Ippei should have given in to Kenichi's argument so easily, as both were valid points. More than that, this is a war, and he's an enemy combatant, by which I mean Jangle, that's personally attacked you multiple times. Taking him back to base would be folly. Every time one of the commanders of the Bosnian Earth Invasion Force has gone to Big Falcon, they've been filled with fucking explosives. I could imagine, for all of Jangle's pride and his horns and everything, breaking one off and throwing it like a grenade. Every time these guys are like, imagine how many explosives Zool had on him that he didn't even know about. Catherine shows up with explosives too. It just a thing. I don't know. Like I said, I think Ippei just gave in too much. I think Kenichi being projected as the leader of the group just gets the win when it comes to arguments a lot of the time. For no good reason. He's an asshole. Kenichi's always been an asshole who just slowly has developed into a leader, which I do appreciate, by the way. But I have never taken back the fact that Kenichi is, at the end of the day, kind of an asshole. Anyway, those are my thoughts from the last 2 episodes. I know it's a bit short, but I didn't really have that much to think about, because Oka's whole thing, I think I've encapsulated throughout the entire series of watching that not a big fan of Oka. Sometimes he's like, Oka is good when he's dealing with his contemporaries, when he's dealing with the Voltes 5 team or his own daughter, comes up a bit lacking in my eyes. Anyway, could be an element of culture, right? If I was growing up in that culture, maybe I would see that as normal. I don't know what to go with that, though, because... Anyway, I think I'm going to go ahead and transition that into the episode. So let's go ahead and see what's going to happen on the next episode of Voltes 5.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
I'll be honest with you, I can't even remember what the next time on was. And normally I would be fine with like trying to guess what's going to occur episode to episode. But truth be told, we're at episode 33, we're episode 34 after this today. Meaning there'll be 6 episodes left, which is 3 weeks of recording, essentially, based on what we're doing here. But right now, we're 7 from the end, and I'm not exactly certain how we pull where we are now to freeing all of the hornless people on Bosnia. We haven't even gone back to Professor Go in a while, who is the one who's focused on freeing those people. And Heinel and company aren't, like, stopping for any good reason. I would have to think that they would go back to Bosnia to stop any sort of upheaval in the social status. You know, again, unless what I said before is true and Heinel's horns are fake. Because he is Go's son. Half-son, or whatever. Again, he is the most prideful of his horns amongst the generals of Heinel. So there's no way in hell he's going to be accepting of them as Bosnians and being hornless. Again, it goes back to my question of, even if they thought they were half Bosnian, wouldn't they consider them to be animals? They're hornless. Is Jangle gonna figure out Professor Go's history? Is this gonna be a matter of, like, honor versus racism? Well, how would you know he didn't die underwater?
すぐさま発砲を手をつきして死体を探しましたが、ついに見つけることはできませんでした。そうだ、わしが命令。
Again, there's also the element of how can you see what you're seeing? Because if you can see anything from any different angle, then you should be able to see Denge and his crew waiting down there to pick him up, or Zool and his crew waiting off also on the side to try and find him.
なんとジャンギャル殿、この培養中の細菌ボアザネリアを。
さよう。確かこのボアザネリア菌はボアザン性の土壌から採集されたものと聞き及ぶが。
そうです。ボアザン性の風土病の一種で、私たちボアザン星人の血の中にはもともと
literal germ warfare.
感染しても軽く済みますが、他の惑星人たちはたちまち発病してしまいます。
それは地球人も同じと言えることかな。
そうです。地球人の血の中にはこの菌に対する免疫性がありませんから。しかしなぜこの菌を使いたいと。まだ培養中で毒性も弱く。
To be fair, you've got saucers all over the globe, spread it artificially. Like, it spreads so slowly. Okay, we'll carpet bomb the planet with it then.
奴らはボアザン製のロードより始末の悪い地球人だ。その言葉を信じるなどと。
I like your blanket statement that you all are gullible.
もし彼らの言葉通り、彼らにボアザン星人の血が流れていた場合。
Oh, yeah, real skinny in the long shot.
はい、その場合、ボルテス5ファルコンの強さが改めて頷けるというもの。二つともボアザン星人ゴーケン太郎に作り出されたものゆえ、ボアザンの科学力がそれを支えてきたということが裏付けされます。ということは、我々は自分の星の科学力と戦っていることになり、その戦いは勝つことが難しい。
I said Jangle is actually using some brain power on this one.
その時問題となるのがゴーケン太郎の行方。奴は死んだ。死んだ者が何故問題になる。いいえ、ハイネル様。だが残念なことにその死体は確認されてはおりません。ということは生きているという意味か。いや、そうとも言い切れません。確かに死んだようにも思われます。つまり
Fair. Dudes watched a horror movie.
非常に曖昧模糊としているということです。そこでもし仮にゴーが生きていたとすると、まず何らかの方法でさらにボルテスの強化が図られるに違いありません。そして悪くすると、彼らはボアザン星のロードの反乱軍と結びつく恐れさえあります。ことは地球上の問題では済まなくなってくるということだ。よい。それゆえ、
I mean,
まずゴー三兄弟が事実我々ボアザン星人の血を受け継いでいるかどうか。
the opening sequence aside, what I've said about it seeming like that's where it's gonna go, how is the Voltes 5 gonna cross 14,000 light years?
消えればジャンギャルの言う恐れも消える。よい。さらにゴーケン太郎の生死も確かめれば言うことはありません。して何か策があるのか。はい、ございます。まずは敵から探るかと。何？ファルコンのものどもからか。
To be fair, though, the Go brothers have no idea where their father is either.
それなりの反応を見せるはず。彼らが握っている情報から確かめるのがこの再戦決かと。
I mean, if they've already told you once that they're Bosnian, why wouldn't they just tell you again that they're Bosnian? I mean, I understand he's going to do germ warfare on them, but it just kind of feels like he's going to ask again. Also, they're only half Bosnian, so shouldn't that mean some of them will probably die from this illness? This seems like less than a skeleton crew. I think it's a sound I heard in Gundam before. I feel like in any other show, they'd be like, what the fuck are you waking me up for? A blinking light? What the hell are you talking about?
注意するんだぞ。
大丈夫大丈夫、分かってるよ。任しといて。あ、見て、怪しい光が消えていくわよ。
何？本当じゃ。土下したと。よし、とにかく降りてみるんだ。オッケーオッケー。
Hiyoshi, you speaking English? What? Okay, okay. That was real weird. Expressing the fact that they have trouble landing.
変なの。僕たちが着いた途端消えちゃったよ。あそこだ。
Legitimately, how many times are you gonna fall for this?
いつ帰ってくるのかと待ってたんだよ。
Oh, is the germ in the water?
みんなで心配していたんだ。
Fooled them into running up into germ-infested water?
やっぱり。どうだジャンギャン。一体映像の威力は。ケンイチたちに何か変わった反応
Yeah, he's such a fucking idiot. He falls for it every time.
ありませんぞ殿下。どうやらゴーケン太郎は生きている様子。何なことか。彼らが我々と同様、ゴーケン太郎が死んだものと思っていれば、立体映像を見てことの意外に驚くはず。違う反応であったのか。はい。一応は驚いていたものの、彼らの口をついて出た言葉は、一時は死んだかと思って心配した。それらの言葉でございます。一時は死んだと心配した。はい。つまり彼らは、ゴーケン太郎がどこかに生存していることを知り、その帰りを待っていたものと思う。
Remember, the entire time, Robot Go is just standing there.
そうか。ゴーケン太郎は生きていた。生きていたのか。
Glowing, by the way.
逃げろ。危ない。あれは本物のお父さんじゃない。目くらましだ。
Okay, are we gonna do the germ thing now, then? Sorry, I thought their plan for a second was to interrogate them with the Go thing. Yeah, why didn't they land? Were they like, just keeping an eye out? But then again, they're on the island right next to Big Falcon. Big Falcon could have kept an eye out. Gonna get a full animation? No. Which means this fight is gonna be full of normal attacks. Ground gonna explode? Eh, close enough. I guess that's one way to do it. The cockpits have been pierced many times before. Oh, that's right. They will kill normal humans. I totally just forgot that Ippei and Megumi were human. I don't know why. But wait, the Go brothers have never encountered the germ before. They should still have to have created antibodies to it. They still should have gotten sick for a bit.
ゴー兄弟に効果が現れる頃でございます。この時間のズレこそはボアザネリア菌に対して免疫体を持つボアザン星人の血を半分受け継いでいるという証拠でございます。
ケイジ、どうしたケイジ？いけない博士。俺もなんだか眠くなってきた。
And again, yeah, they're half Bosnian.
マジか。おいどんも眠りたか。
僕も目がくっつきそうだよ。
閣下、いかがでございますか。
このような辺境の星のウジ虫どもに輝ける我がボアザン星人の血が流れていたのか。よし、ジャンギャル。
What is being physically present gonna do for you?
我が地球遠征軍の将来を占う重大な一瞬だ。この目ではっきりと確かめてやる。
I mean, granted, if you want to go over there and stab them with your sword, they're probably gonna be asleep, so. I mean, it seems more likely to me that's a beast fighter than a bioweapon. Unless Sakunji himself is talking about the gas attack. And, you know, not for nothing, pull that shit out of your gut. It would at least create a hole for the gas to escape from. What did I say? Big Falcon can help. Granted, typically it doesn't because all it fires is rockets and everyone's immune to rockets. Sorry, it looks like it's being projected out by a stick. I don't think we've ever seen that thing come out for the shield to come up. That's like a whole hell of a lot of cheaper version of a SWAT cat villain. And beyond that one dog, I don't think we've ever seen the shield go down to anything.
ジャンギャル、彼らがまた現れるとはどういうことだ。毒性が薄いとはいえ、ボアザネリア菌は5人に十分通用したではないか。
殿下、それはこのジャンギャルの読みでございます。これからも
Also, not for nothing, shouldn't it be, well, never mind, they say it spreads slowly. But still, it should be spreading to everybody in Big Falcon.
しかし、ゴー兄弟は我らほどでないにしてもボアザネリア菌に対する免疫性を持っております。
ワクチンか。
はい、その通りでございます。ファルコンの者どもが5人の血液を調べれば3兄弟の免疫体は立ちどころに見つかります。それによって作られるワクチンはたちまち5人を蘇らせるでしょう。殿下、これは私の読みでございます。ですから労せずして戦いに勝つには今を置いて他にはないのです。
よし。
It's a long-ass description of what's about to happen based on the fact we had to have, like, 3 scene transitions to get through it all.
博士、これを見てください。これが5人を眠らせた正体です。地球では全く新しい菌ということができます。
すると宇宙から持ち込まれたもの。
はい、そう思って間違いないでしょう。
ではこの菌に対抗する手段はないと。
いや、これを見てください。
I appreciate the dedication that their voice acting also sounds muffled.
この抗体は我々地球人の血液の中には見られないものです。そしてこの細菌を侵食しています。
とすると、
そうです。これはボアザン星人の血液の中にのみ存在する抗体です。すでに全員にこのワクチンを注射し終わりました。まもなく回復する。
How do you know that? Do we have a dead body of a Bosnian? Zool, wow. Let's say Zool's the only possible one. Yeah, to be fair, I guess it's not a 360 shield.
大丈夫ですか？ああ、ちょっとふらつくが大丈夫だ。
I mean, this goes to show you how many things that they could have done to have won the war pretty early.
今だドリオン、一気にとどめをさせ、ファルコンの最後だ。このまま攻め立てろ。
ジャンギャル、見事な作戦式だ。だがどうやら読みは外れたようだな。
いいえ、まだわかりません。
I don't know that it's a theory. I mean, there's at least some evidence at play.
やはり。
Well, I guess this is the evidence now. Conjecture. Sorry, that's what it was. A lot of it was conjecture, because he was saying this means that, and not all of his things were exact one-for-one meanings. Also surprising, you know, that we had a formation scene earlier. No transformation. Now we're getting transformation, so technically 2 times in an episode. Sorry, you know, I usually talk over most of the transformation scenes. Mostly as a matter because like nothing really is happening in them.
やはり予測通りの結果となりましたぞ。殿下、もはや疑う余地はありません。
Well, to be fair, they had a copy of Bosnian antibodies. So it's entirely possible they could have synthesized human antibodies based on those.
ほんとたっぷりお礼させてもらうわ。ああ、まだ眠いわ。
よし。
Maybe that's the reason I'm so fucking tired watching this episode, is I keep hearing them fucking yawn at me and then I watch a bunch of them sleep. That is probably the most effective those whips have ever been. Also, again, Kenichi is the one controlling the machine, meaning that even though we have a whip guy on board, Kenichi is implied to be just as good, I guess. Are we gonna defeat this guy without the sword, or are we just like faffing around here? Okay, here's the sword. And again, this is another one of them that looks like biological, which is always much more horrific to watch happen.
スクリーンを消せ。ジャンギャル、指定場に戻り次第、常駐の主だったものを集めて作戦会議を開く。
それでは。
装置の見通し通りにならぬようにだ。ことがボアザン星に及んでからでは。
How does finding out that they're also Bosnian help you defeat them?
それでこそ殿下でございます。
だがそれにしても豪健太郎とは何者なのだ。奴もあの丹下と同じように。
I mean, if it helps us dive into more backstory shit, I'm all about it.
こうしてハイネルとボルテスの戦いは新しい段階に突入するのであった。
Yeah, because I mean, the element of, oh, they're Bosnian too, we can use that to defeat them, feels like so much of a backfire, right? Because, like, don't pull more biological attacks. You might just attack yourself. Also, the idea that you want to take this planet means that you don't want to kill everybody on it or leave a lasting infection that you'll have to deal with after you've taken the planet. So, yeah, there's a lot of elements at play here that could instantly backfire if you play it from the element of they're like us. But also they've confirmed that Professor Go is alive, again, through conjecture. Not exactly sure that's going to play very well from the element that nobody knows where he's at now. Like, he is the only one that knows where he's at. Dange is dead. I mean, technically, it's the mother-child now.
プリンスハイネルの卑劣な侵略が人々の頭上に炸裂する。肉親を失った仲間の怒りがケンイチたちに向けられる時、ビッグファルコンに壊滅の時が迫る。次回ボルテス5、憎しみの炎が危機を呼ぶにご期待ください。
More of the Kenichi shit. Let's see. Prince Heinel's vile invasion explodes over the heads of the people. When the anger of his comrades who lost their families is directed at Kenichi, the time of Big Falcon's destruction draws near. Please look forward to the next episode of All These 5. The flames of hatred bring about a crisis. I think the last time we used a crisis was sorry, no, that's wrong. I'm thinking of the time where the toy boat, episode 5. Ah, that's the thing. I guess the element that I was bringing up earlier in my notes about Ippei's siding with Kenichi early on was a bit hasty. They're gonna go with the Big Falcon crew agreeing that maybe the idea has merit to not try and take them alive because they don't try to take you alive. I don't know. I appreciate it, though, that we're going to get a different perspective. Granted, might not be it might not be well investigated as a perspective, but it's still something else. I will say, would have appreciated more in-depth background episode, Prince Heinel investigating Professor Go's background, as I said, but we take what we can get. This isn't one of the Monster of the Week episodes that we got early at the beginning. This is something different. This is a perspective episode, and I can appreciate that. That said, though, I don't really have much commentary here. I think maybe I will when I rewatch to take the notes, the whole Germ thing. But for right now, I think this is going to be it for this episode. So once again, I have been Theta. This has been Stone-Faced Reactions, and we will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video, what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?